The protection of the ocean, the focus of a visit from an international organization. The Royal Bahamas Police Force ushering in the Yuletide season. And an update on a little boy fighting a rare form of cancer.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Rolf-Farquharson. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, the Ministry of Tourism and the Ministry of Education looking to form a new international partnership that will equip the next generation with vital information on protecting the ocean. The founder and CEO of an international environmental organization visiting Grand Bahama to explore the island's top sustainable sites. Megan Shepard has more.
Good morning. Good morning. CEO and founder of Passion-C, Helga Piaget, on island to explore Grand Bahama's environmentally sustainable sites. She says her company is making an impact in countries around the world as she aims to spread awareness about the importance of protecting the environment, especially the ocean. She says she enjoys targeting young people as they are the future of the world.
I would like to visit the schools and get together with the teacher to implant my educational project, and I'm hoping in the next years we will do something together and make especially the young generation who are the adults of tomorrow aware. And we have also a new project from Passion-C. It is to make flags from each country. So I brought a flag, and the children hopefully will make a beautiful flag for the Bahamas.
Island Administrator Don Cornish helping to facilitate this potential partnership. He says that he believes Piaget has a great vision and a program in place which Bahamians can gain from.
The educational component, allowing young people to get involved because they're the best stakeholders. They hold us accountable as adults, especially their parents. And if we're talking about responsible use of the resources we have and thinking about global warming and thinking about environmental issues internationally, this is a great opportunity for us. And so when we started the discussion, it was a natural thing that I would think about sustainable tourism, since tourism is our main industry in the Bahamas.
Senior Executive of Sustainable Tourism, Jeffrey Pinder, explains how important this sector is for the nation.
This is critical for the Bahamas. I mean, one of the good things that God gave us is natural land around us. We're surrounded by water. This is a big deal. It's 100,000 square miles of land and sea, and water is a big component of that. If we don't protect the waters around us, then everything about the Bahamas actually is in jeopardy. Our fishing industry, our way of life as we know it. And then from a tourism standpoint, this is one of the key reasons why people choose the Bahamas. Our beaches are so critical to us. So we have to re-engage the young people. We have to re-educate people, because if we don't, the next 5 years, not even 10 years, will be critical for tourism in the Bahamas.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Grand Bahama residents becoming more involved in an industry that holds great potential for this island. The first Beekeepers College workshop to be held on island came to a close with students receiving certificates for their participation. Several beekeepers from around the country and the region came to Grand Bahama to host the 3-day event, and as Ramiko Knowles tells us, they were eager to pass their knowledge on to the students.
Beekeepers on Grand Bahama are now better equipped to contribute to the growing sector after attending 3 days of training. The closing ceremony taking place on Tino Beach with the Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, the Honorable Michael Pintard, congratulating Bahamian students for taking part in the workshop. He says the sector holds huge potential for revenue generation, and they are looking forward to further collaboration with the University of Florida.
This is their 6th annual course, and we're asking them to give consideration to the Bahamas being the hub for the region where we can have ongoing studies, capacity building of persons in this sector. And we believe that this is a multi-million-dollar industry for Bahamians who are minded to focus on honey, soaps, candles, and the wide range of products that can come about as a result of beekeeping.
Resident of Toronto, Canada, Catherine Jordan has been a part of the Beekeeping College for the past 6 years. She says a movie entitled Queen of the Sun sparked her interest in beekeeping.
Particularly a movie called Queen of the Sun. I watched that movie it was probably about 8 years ago, and it just spoke to me, just everything they were talking about with the colony collapse disorder and what it means for beekeeping and bees in our our agriculture and food chain and all that stuff. And it just really spoke to me. And I've never been afraid of bees, really. So it took me a couple of years to get affiliated with a beekeeper to mentor me. And since then, it's like an addiction. I can't get enough. I love them.
Veterinary officer at the Department of Agriculture, Dr. Deandra Delancey Milford, says being a part of the workshop was a great experience. She adds that it was intense, but says she learned a lot.
You know, the bee industry is growing now in the Bahamas, and so therefore, from the veterinary perspective, now we need to know, about inspecting hives. We had a guy here from the Department of Agriculture in Florida, and so we need to get a registry of farmers. We need to know where they are, and so now we're gonna try and develop this industry a bit more. Now we know the products of the hive, and hopefully people, who looking for economic sustainability can now have a different avenue to go down now.
Ramiko Knowles, ZNS Network News.
The Royal Bahamas Police Force celebrating the joy of Christmas. The law enforcement agency holding its Christmas tree lighting ceremony to usher in the Yuletide season. And in true police force style, the crowd was wowed by a number of musical performances. Minister of State for Grand Bahama, Kwesi Thompson, told those in attendance that during this Yuletide season, there is much to celebrate and much to be grateful for.
Grateful that we have a Royal Bahamas police force. And I don't take it for granted that this year, crime decreased not just in Grand Bahama, but crime decreased all across the Bahamas. I do not take that for granted, and that is something that I give God thanks for.
Well, the theme of love also echoed as officers were reminded to always operate in the spirit of love.
And so I trust and pray that all of us will throughout the rest of this year and into 2019 experiencing true love, giving love to someone, giving love to some persons, caring for some persons, for we all exist in this life.
And the Ministry of Education, Grand Bahama District, hosting the Festival of Carols concert this morning, setting the tone for the Yuletide season. Hundreds of students from east to west participated in the annual event that was held at the Community at Heart Tabernacle on Coral Road. Italia Hall was there.
The Festival of Carols is one of the many events held each year to usher in the Yuletide season. This year's theme, Jesus, Born to Save. District Superintendent for West Grand Bahama and Bimini, Ivan Butler, thanking the organizers for putting together the annual event, adding that this is something that the ministry looks forward to each year.
Every school in the Grand Bahama District is taking part, and it's a way of kicking off the festive season. As you can see, I'm in a festive mood, and we're looking forward to a very, very exciting program today.
District Superintendent for East Grand Bahama, Yvonne Ward, says Jesus is the reason for the season.
This is our time to celebrate our Savior, Jesus Christ. And as we come together, we always come together every December in the schools, and we see our children displaying their talents, and also we bring in the festive season. We bring in the season of Christmas, and we let our children know that this is a time when we celebrate the birth of Christ.
Schools from around Grand Bahama putting on stellar performances and wowing the audience. Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.
I'm feeling Christmas. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us. There's more news right after this break.